So come join us as we are we are working on this again, basic drawing exercises where we are going to be drawing things with using simple shapes. So very easy for beginners. This is actually a really good way for beginners to start practicing how they're viewing an image. It's a great way for beginners to start practicing how they are identifying simple shapes in their object, in their reference, whatever it is. So we are going to be working on that this morning. You made a mess of me. All right, so this particular vehicle has quite a bit of, from a shape perspective, mostly has triangles. That's what we've identified. Good morning, Dr. A. How are you? When you're not next to me. So we had laid down our, again, simple basic shape. We had laid down our simple basic shape of this triangle here, this initial triangle. Oh, you were listening to it yesterday. Oh, that reminds me, I said it yesterday and I still forgot. I need to I need to add a couple more songs to it. So hopefully I'll remember to do that today. So I can set up I'll be able to set up those. I'm trying this, yeah, I am trying to. Sorry, y'all. I am a little bit like I'm paying attention to another screen. I'm trying to figure out my rhythm for where I need to put things on the screen. Yesterday, I know magnesium is good for you, but y'all, yesterday I was reading some stuff and I'm wondering if I need to start taking magnesium. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Minnie Bloom. Oh no. I am sorry you're not feeling well. I'm glad you get to be here for a little bit, but I'm sorry it's because you're not feeling well. Well, do you think, are you like in bed not feeling well, or do you think you'll be able to get some of your art done today? All right, y'all. So the triangle that I already put down here is this triangle. I identified that there's a triangle shape here. Now there's also another triangle shape here. So that's the next one that I'm going to address. Let me bring this larger sheet out so you can see. I made like a photocopy of these things. You did, Dr. A. Did you find that? And that's, so I know that there's one kind that is good for anxiety and stuff, and then the other one, and sleep, better sleep, and then they're saying that the other kind is better for like brain cognitive function. Glycinate. Yeah, why can't I find my oh, here it is. I'm like, why can't I find this? Okay, so this is the shape that I'm doing next. This is a bigger, I did a photocopy. Oh no, you're good, Minnie Bloom. I'm not sure you spelled, I can't confirm or deny. But I do know what you're referring to. So I'm not sure. All right, y'all. So this is the next triangle that I'm going to address here. So we did this first one, which is this larger one here. Now I'm going to address this one here. So now I'm going to go ahead and Minnie Bloom, thank you for the heart, me and the roses, friend. I'm going to go ahead and do my measurements. When I bring this into play, it's easier for you all to see kind of where I'm thinking about the shapes, and even for us to potentially think about it together, right? So here you see that I've identified 3 different triangles that I'm going to go ahead and attack. All right, so I think Dr. A, based on what you are saying, and Minnie Bloom, yeah, I think, I mean, I kind of, based on what I was doing some research on, I already was thinking that I would start. I do need to just double check to make sure I'm being careful about what anything I might be taking already that will interact. Michelle, welcome in. Matt, welcome in. Thank you for joining. All right, y'all. So this is where the second triangle is going to extend across here, come down to the same point that we had before, and then, so I already have that point here. I already have this side of the triangle. So now I have to get this side and this side running down. So let's do some measurements so I can identify where that triangle sits. And again, from a basic shapes perspective, for me, when I look at this image, it's full of triangles, and that's where I'm going to sit with it, you know. I will go over the additional triangle shapes that I see here so that you all can see them. Oh, Minnie Bloom, yes, please do. Rest, rest, rest. Have a great day. Rest, and if you can get in a little bit of painting later, try to do that, because I know you'll feel better. Michelle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Good welcome, loving Taurus. How are you? So, folks, just as a for the folks outside the room, Michelle, you are new to the room. Hey Jade, how are you? My name is LeeAnn. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker, and I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself. So I am here in the mornings doing beginner drawing exercises. This is really my own practice that I'm doing, and I'm what I'm doing is talking through some of the things that I'm doing, and inevitably where it becomes like a tutorial style thing that we're working on here collectively. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I Oh, thank you, Jade. I am trying to uh, create an environment where folks feel like the learning to draw is easier than they might have thought, that they can learn to draw easily, that kind of thing. So I am taking it step by step for myself, and then also taking it step by step in terms of what I'm outlining. So again, for the folks that are outside the room, come join us. We're a nice cool space, even if it's just to listen to the music, um, and or feel free to drop any questions you have in the chat. So I am going to do this triangle here. So now what I've been using is, I've been using as tools to help me, I've been using a ruler and the grid paper. Now I need to, this is the image that I've been basing my measurements on. So this is what I'm going to measure. Good morning, Coach Jen. How are you? Coach Jen. That has been the consensus every time someone new comes into the room and sees this station wagon. So that either their family, their mom, lots of folks apparently had a similar one or the same one. This one is a 1971 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. I think that's what it was when I saw it in the in the in Pinterest. I got this image from Pinterest. Um, bet those 1971. I'm sure they were. You know, I wasn't born yet then, but the this wagon style was popular for years, I believe. Even though this one is on 1971, this station wagon style was popular for years, because someone said it the other day in the room that it was like that those were the early SUVs, because this style of vehicle can fit so many folks. Ooh, you said your first car was a 1974 Chevy Impala. Woo! It's in the Griswold family Christmas movie. Is it this, or is it the that Wagoneer? I know exactly what you're talking about, Jade. I'm wondering if it's the Wagoneer too. Uh, oh, people park one in their front yard and decorate it on Christmas. Oh, do they drive it? Coach Jen, did I say good morning to you? Yes, I did, because you said that your mom had a similar wagon. All right, y'all. So, from a measurement perspective, I need to figure out this point here is this point here. And this point, even by eyeballing, I can see that that point is higher. I also need to figure out distance wise where that point is going to be from this line here. So that's the first thing I will do. I will try to figure out from a distance perspective where it's going to sit so that I can throw some lines down. So it's 1.5 centimeters. So that's 4.5 boxes. You haven't seen it on the road. Maybe it doesn't even Jade, maybe it doesn't even run. Oh, I don't know. Then I think, how do they get it into their front yard? It's really interesting that they do that though. I mean, I get why, because it's part of that whole, thing with the Griswold family Christmas. The oldest car you ever had was a 91 Toyota Corolla. I'm thinking of the 91s. Oh yeah, that's nice. Michelle, how long did that Impala last you? Did you have it for a long time? Toyota is a solid brand, yeah. Honey Brew, welcome in. Baby Girl Baddie, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. So it's 4.5 is what I said, right? So this is from here. That's a half. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Half. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this here is 4.5 distance wise, 4.5 grid boxes away. So that is where the point, this along this vertical is where this point is going to sit. So if you look at, if I was to do a straight line up and down here, that's where it sits in terms of distance from this straight line, which is this. So that's where that's going to sit. And you can see it. That looks just about right. This is the other end of this triangle. So that point sits there. You have to get a smaller car for this and cost too much to drive. Oh, I can't imagine. Was it like a gas guzzler? I can imagine. Unicorn tea and cookies. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. And for the folks outside, we are doing some beginner drawing exercises. Really going through things. Drawing things, drawing objects using simple shapes in a tutorial style. There's an app I used to lay grids over pics of drawings. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, Jade Artistry. There's an app that's been suggested to us by a couple people. It's called Grids for Drawing or something like that. It's really a simple name, but what we determined was there's the app that folks have been recommending. Hey Nika Grace, good morning. The art auditor, good morning. How are you? C Floor, good morning. How are you? So and Jade, let me know if this is the same one. You struggle with sizing and get discouraged. So this app, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Dab suggested it, and a couple last week maybe Rocky suggested it as well, because Rocky uses it, and it was the same app, but it's an Android app. Jade, tell me if that's the one that you use. Because if you use an iPhone one, tell us the name of it. Because the Android one, more than one person has said it's really good. But I wanted to see if anyone uses an iPhone version so that we could have the Android and the iPhone version suggested. Hekili Colburn, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, so a grid app on your phone is a great tool as well. And if you want to go old school, Nika Grace, thank you for the journey passes and for the Go Populars. And if you want to go I don't want to say old school, but in a more traditional way, which many of you know that I intentionally decided to go the traditional route with this practice because of the way that I because of my messaging and the way that I feel about needing to do some analog activity to balance out the digital. So I am doing this basic drawing practice traditionally, intentionally. Not saying that you should do it this way. You can do your drawing practice digitally, no problem. So that's why I'm using grid paper. But I definitely now let's talk about the grids. So the art auditor, you use grid. Is that Grid Number? Is that the name of the app on iPhone? It is the Android one, Jade. What's in So yeah, so there now we have an Android recommendation and an iPhone recommendation for the Grid app. That's good. So the art auditor, if you've seen, I post a lot about this. I have my thoughts and opinions about it is not that you don't use that you completely go analog. That's not my intent with any of the things that I'm talking about or thinking about. It's about finding balance. And I very specifically encourage folks to find a balance that works for them from an analog perspective. My message is around incorporating analog because digital isn't going anywhere. Screens aren't going anywhere. We're going to be using them more. I draw digitally all the time. And I talk about that. I draw digitally all the time. What I'm saying is, yeah, the art auditor, you are still using your phone, and I mean, I'm live streaming. I am still using my phone. That's what I'm saying. It's a balance. It's not about only doing one or the other. It's about balancing the two. And but what is balanced for you is different than what is balanced for other folks, right? So depending on what you have going on in your life, depending on what you do on a daily basis, work wise, those types of things, depending on your own internal makeup, balancing your digital consumption with analog activities is going to look completely different for you than it is for me. And the idea is incorporate analog, and it doesn't have to be drawing, it can be anything. Incorporate analog activities um, into your routines as a more sustainable way to achieve that balance. Exactly, the art auditor. And like I encourage folks, if you're going to take a walk, don't use your headphones. Don't don't, if you're bringing your phone, keep it in your pocket. Don't touch it. I mean, I get bringing it with you for emergencies or whatever it is, but keep it in your pocket and just be present. So the art auditor, when folks say that to you, you can push back on them and tell them that you are achieving balance in like your holistic perspective on everything. Yeah, art auditor. So when people are giving you a hard time about that, saying that you're using your phone, just push back on them. Just push back on them. Don't let them give you a hard time, my friend. Yeah, push back on them. Just tell them that your balance is going to look different than theirs, so they need to give you a break, you know? Because even you're right, I'm talking about analog while it's videos and we're in the screens. I'm definitely not saying don't use the screens. I'm saying balance. Find that balance. Hey Paul, good morning. How are you? Artistic Avenue, good morning, friend. How are you? Let me make sure. All right, y'all. So we have. Oh, you can go live now. Yeah, you. Let me see. Oh yeah, you've been able to go live for. You know that going live, live access is at 50 followers nowadays. Um, So, Art Auditor, have you done your 3 initial live streams yet? So, there are 3 initial live streams that you need to do on 3 separate days for a total of 30 minutes. I think they need to be at least 10 minutes each for you to be able to get the full live resources available to you. Julio, welcome in. Cece, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Uncle Mike, how are you, Uncle Mike? Let me see. I think that's it. All right, Uncle Mike. Thanks for dropping in to say hi. See you. You're good. All right. Take care. All right, y'all. So we know across here how much it's going to be. Where's the other point I need to find? Oh, I need to find how much up from this point this one is. I mean, it's really tiny. The space here is like super. The distance from one point to the next is, I mean, it's like a quarter. It's like a quarter of a centimeter or less. So y'all, I'm not even going to do it as a full box. I'm going to do it probably as half a box because it really is a very slight difference. So I am going to throw a half a box of a shape here. And for those of you who weren't here with me at the beginning of this particular set of sketches here, what I'm doing is, since I am using the grid boxes, I've decided that this particular setup, because I've been doing each one differently. Let me move this so that y'all can see a little bit more. I've been doing each one differently. I am using measurement with the ruler combined with the grid boxes. So I am actually going to do a basic shapes sketch of all 3 of these. This first one, what I started with was the distance from one end, full distance from one end to the other as my baseline of measurement. And so this took me to 6 centimeters across. And so I decided to use 3 grid boxes for every centimeter. So I'm just multiplying all my measurements by 3 to get the number of grid boxes that I'm going to use when I do the relative measurement on the grid. that's why I'm using the ruler to calculate every different thing. And that's why something that is, like I said, the distance between where this straight line would hit to where that straight line would hit is so minimal that I'm not even going to use a full grid box. I'm just going to use a half a grid box. And now I have my point, my other point for my triangle. So now I have one point over here. So I'm going to throw this line here to create that side of the triangle. And then the other point is the original point that we had used here. And I'm going to, y'all, I have to spin my paper. And I'm going to throw the line here. So now this is our other triangle. And I'll show it to you here so that you can see the difference. Looking at it on that small picture is a little bit challenging. So this is a triangle that I just drew, this second one here. So we identified, or I identified, this triangle here as one of my shapes. This is another one here, and this is another one here as a basic shape. Now, let's be clear. In all of this identifying of these basic shapes, it's about how you are looking at your object and perceiving it. For me, the triangles work best. But if you take a look at this, you could have broken this down into one full, I keep forgetting the name of this shape with the four sides, but these sides are slanted. Hey, Wet and Fluffy, good morning. How are you? Thank you for sharing the live. Thanks for getting your heart me. So, trapezoid. I think that's the trapezoid. So you could have identified your shape here as a trapezoid. Totally up to you. But again, for me, somehow the triangles seem to work best because, like, for instance, I see me a nice old triangle right here. And I'm going to throw that one across right there. Now, remember, we are just doing a basic shape outline. So some of these details that you see here will get placed in the next set of phases of the sketching process for me. Right now, the practice as a beginner, the simple shapes, identifying the simple shapes is what I'm doing. Hey Grace, good morning. How are you? Thank you for getting your heart me. So now I am going to throw down this triangle here. So I have these two, this one, this one. Let me number them. Maybe that can be helpful too. Happy Wednesday. Ooh, you leveled up, Grace. Level 17. Grace, that's like twice this week. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If anyone else leveled up, please let me know. Tom, thank you for the follow. Please let me know because TikTok Live Studio does not show me the level ups consistently. Oh, Wet and Fluffy, thank you for sharing. Tom, thank you for liking the live and welcome. If anyone else leveled up and I didn't give you cheers, let me know because sometimes it doesn't show me the level ups. It's very inconsistent. So definitely let me know. But this one and Fresh Prince, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Oh, Grace, thank you for the journey passes. All right, y'all. So, I said I was going to number these. This was my first one. This was my second one. And now I'm going to do this one as the third. And then I'll do this one as the fourth. I put this little bump of a half circle here because there is a curve. There is there is a curve shape that will need to get detail that will need to get addressed in the second round. I was leaving that out triangle wise, but it's up to you whether or not you want to drop something there shape wise, like basic shape wise. Hawks Clay, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. So now I'm going to do this third um triangle. So I'm going to get rid of this. I only printed this so that y'all could see it. It's a better view for you all. My measurements that I've been using are based on this image. So I'm going to measure from here. Good morning, Jewelry with Me. How are you? Finn, good morning. Thank you for joining. All right, y'all. Third, our third triangle, it goes from this point here y'all, you know what? Oh no. This is the other end of that triangle. Y'all, I thought I did a different measurement, but this is the other end of the triangle. So the triangle is going to, maybe I did. The triangle is going to go from here, which is here, to here, and then here, and then this line that is already here is going to be the next is going to be this side of the third side of it. I'm doing well, Jewelry with Me. Glad to hear that you are doing well. Are you physically at work? Are you risking it all to be here, Jewelry with Me? Carnell Odell, welcome in. Thank you for joining. J Mac, thank you for getting your heart me. Why don't I see J Mac in my list over here? Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Y'all, don't forget, if you have questions, please drop them in. Tomorrow, Jewelry with Me, tomorrow. Just one more day to get through. Then tomorrow. Um, don't forget, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Y'all, good morning, Feral Mom. How are you? The reason I'm like glitching, I'm glitching, my brain is glitching right now because I think I might have miscalculated the one of the original triangles. And I'm doing what I tell y'all to do, not to do, is to not like stress about it. It's practice. The next go around you refine it and that kind of thing. And I am overthinking it already in my head that I need to redo some of these measurements. So let me just do a couple measurements to see uh, what I got myself into here. A quarter, 1.5. Yeah, I see what I did. So what I did, y'all, is the bottom of this rectangle, like this meeting point right here, actually should have been down here, because this is this point right here. I just realized what I did. So I'm actually going to fix it, because I'm going to go ahead and fix it. I know I tell y'all it's it's um it's practice. Don't worry about it. The next time you go through um you the next round of practice with this kind of thing, or we can fix it at the next phase. But because I'm doing such the close calculations, I'm sorry, my brain is not going to be able to let it go. So I'm going to go ahead and do what's best for my brain, and I'm going to fix it, because I'm going to keep stalling on it every time. That is how my brain works. So I'm going to keep stalling on it every time if I don't fix it now. So do as I say, not as I do. No, the point is, try not to give yourself too much of a hard time. Remember that it's practice, and go on to the next thing. But as I always say, what Lindy, author, illustrator, thank you for the follow. Brandon, good morning, welcome. Thank you for, oh, Lindy, thank you for getting your heart me and joining the Inky crew. Brandon, thank you for the rose, my friend. How are you? Um, so to create some peace in my brain, I am going to fix this. If you have questions about what I'm fixing, and like you want some clarification um, around it, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I will not bore y'all with the details of the adjustments I'm making. It's actually not that like dramatic, the adjustment. Okay. Oh, Lindy, me too. I'm right there with you. So what, Lindy, just to give you some context on what's happening here, I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself to allow myself to, I wanted to come up with a fresh new illustration style for some work I want to do this year. So to kind of force myself into this place where I was thinking a little bit differently, and putting down on paper things a little bit differently than I had been over the last several years, I decided to go back to the basics. So in the mornings, to hold myself accountable, um, see you soon, Tom. I just realized that Tom said bye. To hold myself accountable to doing the practice consistently on a daily basis, I decided to go live. And what has ended up happening is, as I'm walking through the steps that I'm taking, it has brought us to this place where we're collectively contributing to kind of the learning process in here in the mornings. And it's also a nice school chill vibe to start the day. So that is what I'm doing. So now I've been working for the last couple of weeks on just drawing basic outlines, basic first sketches, by identifying the shapes in objects, and trying not to like skip ahead, because I know how to skip ahead, to really think about this as a beginner. So that's what's happening in here. Lindy, as a new person. Hive Creations, good morning. Welcome in. Hey, Maximalist, how are you? And for the folks outside the room, that is what is happening here. We are doing basic drawing exercises, beginner exercises that are easy for folks. If you are someone that is starting a drawing practice or an art practice after having been away for a long time, if you're someone that has wanted to start an art practice or a drawing practice and have felt intimidated, this is kind of a good space in terms of you're able to ask any kinds of questions you feel like asking. We're all at different phases of our journey. So all questions are welcome. And even if you're not interested in drawing and like to watch process, feel free to join us. You've been thinking about doing the same thing. Lindy, let me tell you something. A lot of things come up, in terms of being an experienced person doing things as a beginner. Lots of things have come up, but it's been a great learning experience, for me, because it's not just about the skill piece. Some of these, some of the technique, things you don't touch in years because you illustrate in a specific way. So it's nice to go back sometimes to the basics. Thanks for getting your heart, me maximalist. Um, so, folks, feel free to drop questions in the chat. I am looking up pretty frequently, so feel free to ask any questions that you might have. All right, now that again, I always remind you, don't stress about the quote unquote mistakes. It's practice. You can get at it another time, but yeah, my brain would have been stuck on that, so I had to make the adjustment there. So now what I can do is our triangle that the number 3 triangle ends up being here. And now that is our number 3 triangle there. So I actually can erase this line because this is the bottom of our number 1. I'm going to just erase it, so I know that that's not an applicable line anymore, but just to give us a few less darker lines to look at. Artistic Avenue, thank you for sharing the live. Oh, Lindy, you said you started illustrating your own book last year. Oh, is it like a book you're writing? Ooh, Lindy, that's fascinating. Tell us more. Tell us whatever you feel comfortable sharing about that. I am curious. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb, y'all, or my notifications will continue to come in. Okay, now, since we have now down three of our triangles, guess what I'm going to do? Bring back the big giant image so that you all can. This is just so much easier for you all to see the breakdown versus on that smaller image. So I'm leaving that here. So this is my 4th triangle that I identified. So that's the one that I'm going to put down now. You wrote a kid's book about a puppy's trip to a blueberry patch. Oh, that sounds awesome. I like that. So you're illustrating the book now? Is that your first book? Oh, wait, Lindy, you already. So the book is available. I'm looking at your I was reading your profile. Your book is already available. Oh, that's awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that's what I'm reading, right? That is too cool. It's your second book, but your first time illustrating. Oh, the one that you're illustrating isn't out yet. I see. Your other book is out. I see, I see, I see. Okay, got it. Got it. All right. The book you have published is a fairy tale. Yeah, Lindy, I have to. So a couple things. What I found is, Feral Mom and I, a few of us were talking about that really the other day. Is that on the live stream when I'm live, I cannot. The processing of things like identifying the shapes while I'm actually streaming and like hosting the live, my I there would be too much kind of time where nothing is happening because my brain is processing. So I found that I need to prepare. I mean, it's not like I'm spending all this time preparing. I really have just outlined the shapes. I have it on another sheet where I've outlined the shapes that I identified in the image already. And then I can put them down on the paper while I am in the live because otherwise my brain is doing this. And folks would just be waiting. And then this image is super small for folks to look at. So I mean, I've been at this for a couple of weeks with the objects, and this is I don't know why I didn't think about printing it out before, but this makes it just so much easier for you all to be able to see like the shape identification piece, and then also for you all to be able to identify the shapes yourselves. So yeah, that's why I'm putting them on the photo so that and again it's another way for us to show the ways that you can approach this practice, and just remember that practicing with the tools is totally okay. Using the tools, even if it wasn't just your practice, if you were actually illustrating using the tools, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good reminder that tracing can be done for paper art to practice too. Yeah, there are lots, and that's the thing. That's what I try to remind folks is that there are lots of approaches um, that can get you. Artistic Avenue, thanks for dropping in. Have a great day. See you. Good luck with your busy day. I hope you get everything done that you need to and that you want to. Thank you for getting your heart me before you're heading out. Take care, friend. Make it shatter. Good morning. How are you? All right, y'all. So now I'm going to do this triangle here. So let's move our big boat paper and just I'm working with my image here. So if I'm going to figure out where where everything sits. So this, I already know that this point is identified. So this is this same point here. I do need to identify the length of this. So if I need to actually identify where the end of the triangle would fall in terms of height away from this, because there's an angle here, the end of the triangle is going to be higher up than this end. So good morning. Oh, y'all. Lindy, thank you for the journey pass. Make it Shatta, thank you for the journey pass. Y'all, thank you for the journey passes. So what I'm doing here is one approach. There are lots of ways that you could manage this. You could decide to measure that angle. 0212 person, good morning. Thanks for joining. You could measure that angle and go from there. I'm choosing to do it this way as one way to approach it. There are a multitude of ways to approach it. When I bring back that larger image, you might even see from a basic shapes perspective, you might even identify some additional basic shapes that you want to use. Mizuki, welcome in. Alyssa Renee, welcome in. I thought I saw, maybe not. I thought I saw Therese. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? So for the folks that are newer in the room, my name is LeeAnn. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker. And for the folks outside the room, feel free to come in. I started back to basics drawing practice for myself. So I am here in the mornings doing those like beginner drawing exercises for myself. And kind of walking folks through what I'm doing. So feel free to hang out, feel free to join me, feel free to contribute. You're about to, I like that, make it Shatta. I like that. That sounds good to me. So I know you won't be keyboard ready. So I won't ask you any questions. So the thing is that folks with experience, folks that are beginners, we have a mix of folks that are not even interested in potentially drawing or being artists are here today, here hanging out, contributing to the conversation in terms of if folks ask questions, feel free to contribute. Mizuki, you said you're going to Tennessee. Is that like a trip? Is that far away from where you're located now? All right, I'm going to measure how far up. So if my triangle ends about here, how far up is that like how far up from here is that? So let's figure that out. If I'm here, yeah, these images do the strangest things. It looks to be about, so if this is where we are and I was to draw a straight line across, it hits about right here where the bumper segment is there. It is far away. Well, safe travels, Mizuki. Are you on your way already? I hope, be safe in your travels. So it is, yeah, it's about a half a centimeter, maybe a little bit less. So if we do that by 3, that's 1.5 boxes. So I'm going to you leave soon to Tennessee. All right. So I'm going to go up 1.5 boxes, y'all, as my where my line would meet, where the edge of that rectangle is going, that triangle is going to hit. So 1.5 boxes up from this point is where that is going to hit. Now, I need to figure out like distance. So from here to here, what is the distance that I'm going to measure there? It's about 2.5 centimeters. So that puts us at 7.5 boxes. So 7.5 boxes over from here is where our point is going to hit, but it's going to be on this line, right? So I'm going to go up from here and count 7.5 boxes. So there's a half a box here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our point. So we have 1 point here, 1 point here, or 1 point here, I should say, and then 1 point here. So I am going to throw the line here, and then I'm going to throw this line here, and then that's our 4th triangle. So now if I move this up here, that's the 4th triangle. I'm looking at it. Y'all, actually, when I do this, this line might actually be a little bit that angle might be a little bit steeper than I want it to be, but guess what? That I will leave, because that's going to be a practice thing too, where we're figuring out these angles and seeing how close we get. So I'm going to leave that. That's our 4th. Now let me drop down a few more shapes to move on to the next. Linus Brown, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, you know who I didn't see this morning? Black Lotus. Chill Cross, welcome in. Thank you for joining. All right, so like I said, I have to have these things thought through already. So I am going to throw a triangle here. Now there is a slight hump here that I could have addressed with splitting my triangle here also, but it's part of this frame thing that's on top, like the luggage rack frame thing that's on top, and I think I'm going to just address that in the second sketch. We could address it, you see it here, it's kind of trapezoidy. We could address it that way, but I think I'll address it in like that second round of the sketch. So for right now, basic shape, that's a triangle here. So that's our 5th triangle. To maintain this edge here, I could drop another triangle here. So that would be 6 for me. I could do a couple things here. There is a piece of this window that needs to get addressed. I could do this for another triangle, and this and this. That's a lot of breaking up. Or I could have done that or something of that sort. But the point is, there are a couple different ways to approach this, and you really have to figure out. Black Lotus, I just said I haven't seen you. Good morning. I literally just said your name. Thank you for getting your heart, me friend. All right, so I am going to go ahead and break it down into these smaller rectangles, because really right now that's how my brain is processing these. So we have 4 rectangles down. Now we need to get to this one, our 5th. So let's make some let us make some, do some measurements. So for the folks outside the room, hello Black Lotus. For the folks outside the room, my name is LeeAnn. I am an illustrator and a printmaker, and I am working on a back to basics drawing practice for myself. So I'm doing basic drawing exercises here in the mornings. We are working on drawing simple drawing things. Specifically right now I'm working on drawing a car with simple shapes. What shapes do I see? And then I'm putting them down on the paper in proximity to each other, in proportion to each other, to be able to achieve a general, like a basic initial sketch of an object, specifically this car. So there are 3 different kind of angles and versions of the vehicle that I am actually addressing. So this was the first of like that profile view. Again, a very basic sketch with basic shapes identified. And now we're working on this one, which, as you can see, I've primarily been using triangles in my shape identification for this particular one. You would feel free to use any shape that feels good to you, that you identify for yourself. So I have down 4 of my triangles here. I'm going to work on this 5th one. My measurements have been made from this particular image here. So I'm using that. Oh, Blondie, you're glad to see Black Lotus? Me too. All right, so I need to figure out the distance from this point to this point, because that's my next triangle. That whole length there needs to be figured out. So let's do that first. It is about 2¼ centimeters, which puts us, if we multiply that by 3, that puts us at 6 boxes, 6¾ boxes. So almost 7 boxes. Oh, you went to find Black Lotus? You found her? Black Lotus, how are you doing this morning, my friend? Were you swimming? All right, so what did I say? 6 3/4 boxes, which is put is almost 7 boxes. So I'm going to do, this is a half a box here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And if I already have a half a box, I'm going to throw my, oh yeah, y'all, this is good. I'm going to do about another quarter of a box. It's really more, I'm probably doing it more at like a third, but that's okay. I'm excited about that because this point right here needs to be a little bit further out from this point. So that is exciting. All right, now what the thing that I have to figure out is, Happy, thank you for joining. So now the thing I have to figure out is this, even though this is our length, so our point that this triangle is, the triangle point is going to fall along this line here. But what I need to figure out is, if you can see that here, if I move my pencil in a, that line, that point is lower down than this point. We can see it. So I need to figure out how much lower down. It's actually pretty slight. I mean, it's like 1 millimeter. So I'm going to just do, I'm going to estimate it at about a quarter of a box, because it's very slight, y'all. So now this is one point of our triangle. This is another point of our triangle. Y'all, I feel like I'm off here somehow. I got a problem too. Balatro Head 56, thank you for the follow. I've hit a stumbling block, folks. I've hit a stumbling block. Because, why does this keep happening? I need that magnesium then. I think I need that magnesium. All right, y'all, listen to these tunes while I sort this out in my head. I'm actually not going to talk out loud. All right, let's do this. I'm going to draw this line. That slant down is there. Gordo de Iris, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thanks for coming back. Vanity, thank you for joining. Two. Six. Yeah, sorry about the you just had one of your customers ask you how does TikTok work? To see if I can see the same video over and over. You used me as an example of what, Gordo? I don't think I understand. He wanted to see if you can see the same video over and over. The customer thought that if he sees this, oh, it would count as multiple views. Ah, I don't know. I don't know if it counts as multiple views. Justin Weeble Wobble, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. All right, y'all. I made my adjustments. Oh, I see what you're saying. If you watch your own video. Yeah. I think you might be right. I don't think if you watch your own video multiple times, it counts. I think if someone else watches it multiple times, it might count. You said you used me as an example. What does that mean? I'm curious about that. Maybe gently in the cool. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You were in person. You were with this. You were in person. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I appreciate the additional view on the video. Thank you. I was wondering what you meant. I appreciate the additional view on the video, my friend. Hey, Agony Prime. Thank you for getting your heart, me. How are you? Tiara, spilling the tea. Good morning. How are you? Oh, that's what happened. Oh, glad to hear it. Glad to hear that you're doing well. Y'all, please, I don't know how much you can hear the. You're still messing around with Medusa's sister. Man, Agony Prime, I feel like you get those images down so quickly. I love to watch you doing the drawings. Oh, I meant to tell you on one of your live streams, my favorite part about you, just to attract more attention. Listen, one more view helps me, so I appreciate you. I don't mind at all. I do not mind at all, y'all. All right, now I got this. Wait, he was asking me that when I do my videos, do I dance like you? You said you're gonna have to. um, Gordo, I don't. So it's interesting because that is literally what I do during the time that I'm working. So, the dancing thing is real. I'm not just dancing for the video. Those are videos that I film a lot while I'm working. So, inevitably, I'm dancing while I'm working. So, it's a lot of dancing, and I cut the videos up. Most 99% of the time, the song that I'm playing over the video is not the song I'm dancing to. It might have been multiple songs that I cut up, but it's just one of those things that people enjoy watching because he just didn't know. Yeah, because I think there's a lot of folks that their path on the app has been around like the entertainment and the dancing stuff. So depends on what's showing up in that person's algorithm. They might be seeing a lot of dancing stuff too. But no, you don't have to. I posted a video. Yes, was it yes? No, the day before I posted a dancing video, and I think it got like 20 views. I don't know what's going on with the view count on these posts, but I'm going to keep posting. So, Gordo, is this a client that you are like helping them with their TikTok account, or you help them with like marketing? All right, y'all. So that was our fifth I did that was my fifth triangle that I just put down. So now I'm going to go on to triangle number 6. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought they wanted to in terms of growing your own. I hear what you're saying. So now I'm on triangle number 6, and remember, you in your breakdown you might not have used this many segments. This is just how my brain processed it at the time, and that's how I'm putting it down. Oh, Caroline. Caroline. Now, guess what? I'm gonna ask you. How was Monday? How was Monday, friend? And is it the same classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Did you have to do the trip from one campus to the other on Monday? As I wait for you to respond. Hey, True. Good morning. Oh no. I mean, Caroline, I didn't expect you to be like, "Oh, it was wonderful." Caroline, you gotta get used to it again. Same classes both days. Oh, so it's Monday, Wednesday, not Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today, so that trip from one campus to the next, no, Monday, Wednesday, okay. So that trip from one campus to the next is gonna be a rough one, huh? Next semester you won't be doing that again. Yeah, I'm looking for. I know I just used one lip thing, but I was looking for a different one that I have. I don't know where it is. True, how are you doing this morning? Oh, is that why you are here right now? Is that why you're here right now? Because now you have a little bit of that flexibility. Oh, yeah. Ah, well, friend, you know the drill. You know how this works. It's the first week, so you have a lot to get used to. Just even in terms of having you have a 3 hour window now instead of 15 minutes to drive 25 minutes. Well, that's good, but that's only until the professor gets better, right? But at least you get a little bit of like an ease into it. But you got some, like, in general, there's some getting used to this again, right? And doing it with a full life schedule in addition. You just opened your TikTok in November, Gordo. Oh, you're doing well though, Gordo. 909 followers since November. That's not bad at all. That's very good. Oh, he's sick, Caroline. He's sick. If he's saying he's not coming at all for the semester. I mean, if y'all can do it online though, and if he's able to do it online, I don't think they should. I hope they don't find a sub. I agree with you. Oh, then maybe I don't know. They might find him a sub, Caroline. Sounds that sounds like he might not even be able to manage the online stuff. Um, True, you want to send me a message? I see what yes, I I see your response to me asking how you're doing. You want to send me a message? Caroline. Friend, I get you. I get you. Well, true, I'm just thinking you don't want to put I'm sure you don't want to put your whole business in on the internet. That kind of business on the internet. Caroline, I get you. But that's sick. That does sound sick. Yeah, true. As we get along really well here, but we do have to remember that this is not like a FaceTime conversation. Even then, this is the interwebs. This is the full blown internet. Gordo, you said you think that a lot of people are bots. Yeah, there are a lot of bots, Gordo. I must say. We have to watch that sometimes. Caroline, thank you for the journey passes, and for y'all, thank you for closing out this live goal for me. I'm just gonna reset the same thing before I forget. You said you've put your whole life out here before? Girl. I mean, honestly, I probably have a, not my whole life, but things I probably shouldn't have shared and not thought about it because you're kind of in this place where you're just talking like regular. But just be mindful of like identifying things. Y'all, the other day there's a it wasn't on here, it was on the gram. There's a creator that I follow. Um, and she posted a video, and it was a video of her doing something outside her front gate, and it had her like the numbers on the address. What happened here? Oh, my live stream. You forget and get to talking about, yeah. And you know, the thing is, a lot of folks watch from outside the room too. So it's like we have to be mindful of sometimes what you're seeing. So this lady posted a video of her doing Gordo, exactly. Don't put any personal information. She posted a video of her like spraying like watering the plants outside her front gate, and it had her, you know, the number plate of her address. And the tricky thing about it is her particular number plate, not everybody's is like this, but it had the street name. So it was the number of her address and her street name. And for somebody like me, you know, so I know what area of the state she lives in because she says it. Um, you know, like me, I say I'm in the Fort Lauderdale area or the South Florida area. If you can see somebody's address, like the numbers and the name of the street, then you can get their direct address. Now, let's be clear. My whole name is out there, and when you Google people, you see their address anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Just is one of those things to just remind yourself to be mindful of what you share, what you feel comfortable sharing. You tell people you live in Kissimmee by Disney. That's it. Yeah, that's general, and frankly, that's super general, Gordo, because of the action that happens up there. So yeah, so it's just something we have to be mindful of. It's just something we have to be mindful of. So Caroline, you're so when I still didn't catch you on a live stream yet. Are you going to give yourself I think you have gone live though. Are you going to give yourself some time to get used to whatever the flow of this new routine is before you decide when you're going to go live? I can understand that. I won't give you too much of a hard time. You haven't done one for 2026. Listen, I feel like if you decide you feel you want to wait to see how like the rhythm of this new routine settles, then do that, because this you're adding something to your plate that's because it's not just about attending the classes and the travel part of it. The time you're in class and also the time outside of class that you have to spend doing the work for class, you are going to have to you that's a it's a lot for you to take in. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights before you have school. Okay. Oh, that's a good number of days though. 4 days? That's good. All right, now y'all, what did I say? My sixth one is from here to here to here. So it meets here. This is 1 point. This is 1 point. And then the other point is going to be right at this juncture right here. So there's a couple things to think about. This is an angle up. Have a magical one, make it shatter. Thank you for hanging out, friend. Caroline, I knew what you meant. I figured out what you meant because then Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays you don't have school the next day. That day. So you would do it the nights. So you would essentially do it those nights. Yeah, I know what you mean. I knew what you meant. So, Gordo, you were saying that you follow a lot of artist accounts. Tell me why. Thank you for the journey past Agony Prime. I saw something on your profile about art production and sales. Tell us more about that, Gordo. Adriana, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Oh, let me see. I'm losing light here. It's very cloudy here. Oh, you've been working for the printing industry for a long time. Oh, so Gordo, when you saw my thing, you knew exactly what I was doing there, right? So if I put a straight line from here, it's about the same. If I was to extend a straight line from here, this was a straight line, I think it would fall in about the same place as this end over here. So I am actually going to test that out. No, I'm not right. It hits at about, is that straight? No, I should have my right angle thing here. A lot of artists do not get exposure, so you recommend and share the profiles. Yeah, um, Gorda, that's true. Um, that's one of the things too, is like there are so many ways to support artists, and folks don't remember that a very simple and basic way to do that is to share posts, share profiles, things like that, because um most art, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of artists that are here potentially would benefit from some exposure in terms of getting their work out there. um so that's good stuff that you're doing there. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where placement of this point, where it what it's in line with across here, so that and I still didn't do it correctly. No. How the heck? What did I just do? Oh no, I did it correctly. Hey, Wisdom. Thanks for the pop in, friend. Hello, how are you? Who likes the fire? Me? Wisdom, you popped in as soon as we were talking about artist support. And you popped in. Let me find out. Let me find out the algorithm is algorithming. I want to throw it on this line here. Distance. Getting the day started. I hear you. And you were making a post and saw that I was on. That is so funny. She's sitting. Oh, I see what you're saying, Blondie. You were sending that message to your daughter. You're all good. Oh, I can imagine the dog loves to be in front of the fireplace when it's on, right? Is it because of the warmth, probably? Thanks for getting your heart me, Wisdom. I think I would be I I think I would be like the dog, wanting to be in front of that fireplace too. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this end to measure where this falls. 0.75 times 3 is 1.5 times 2, 2.25. Have a marvelous Thursday, friend. Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, Wisdom. Wait, I'm like saying it. Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, y'all, right? Wisdom, it's Wednesday. So if you think it's Thursday, Wisdom, I hope you're not missing any Wednesday appointments because you think today is Thursday, friend. It is when. You see? I'm like, I hope you're not missing any appointments because you think today is Thursday. It is Wednesday, friend. And don't try to rush this week. You don't, no rushing, no rushing. Good. I'm glad you're not missing any appointments because of that. I mean, otherwise, it's one of those things where, like for me, if I don't have something specific scheduled, the days end up running into each other too because you're kind of just doing not the same work, but you know what I mean. You're just working towards the same goals or whatever every day. 2.25 from my one, two here. This is where it's going to be. All right, y'all. So here's one side of this. A fantastic Wednesday to you, my friend. Have a very great day. Lots of rest and lots of productivity. Push it up. Thank you, Blondie. You said my patience is to be admired on this. Thank you, True. Good morning, Unwritten Unstoppable. How are you, Miss Darlene? Thank you for getting your heart me, and thank you for the sharing of the live. Yeah, this whole back to basics thing, True, is a test of that the patience piece because I just want to keep skipping ahead and just sketching the way I would normally sketch. You know what I mean? So it definitely is one of those things where I am having to keep reminding myself not to skip ahead, not to skip ahead. So yeah, um, I'm building I'm building that patience muscle up even more. Thank you for the go populars, Miss Darlene. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. So this is my number 6. Uh, this is my number 6 triangle. You don't have it yet. You True. You said Forget it, LeeAnn. I lost patience trying to watch you. Yeah, true. I don't know if I'm excited about that. Does that mean you're not even paying attention anymore? That's all right. That's why I encourage folks to, if you have stuff that you want to work on it. And if you just want to listen to the music, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. No worries, I do get it. Because at the end of the day, that this is, it can be beneficial if you're learning, but at the end of the day, is one of those things where it's like my practice that is I know is beneficial to me. So if you lose some patience watching it, I get it. You're picking up some things. And that works for me, true. No worries at all. All right, y'all. That was 6. So now I'm going to throw down 7, 8, and 9. Hey, Janine. Good morning. How are you? All right, y'all. So 7 now. This joint of 7 hits right about the edge of where this wheel falls. So distance wise, let's measure that first. So it's going to have the same point here. This is the same point as 6. But the distance from, I'm going to do the distance from this edge to where the wheel well is to measure that. Great, Janine. I love that word. I love when folks say they're great because it means that you're great. You know what I mean? You don't use the word great if you don't really feel great. I'm good. Thank you for the journey passes. I'm good. I wouldn't say great, but I am definitely good. All right, y'all. So it's a little bit more than a half a centimeter. So it's going to be a little bit more than 1.5 boxes, grid boxes distance. One. What the heck did I just say? A little bit more than 1.5. So around here. So this point is going to, this side is going to fall somewhere along this vertical. What I need to figure out is where along that vertical. And I'm going to use this again as a gauge of what lines up here. Thanks for the journey passes, Janine. So if I use that edge again to figure out, it's a little bit further up, that edge falls, that edge actually does fall in the same place that this edge is. So I already have that line here. That's this. This edge is right here. So if I just draw a line across from there, I won't. Good morning, Draw Your Change. How are you? Thank you for getting your heart me and for your getting the and for the journey passes. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time, friend. How are you? I hope it's because you've been super busy. All right, so this is now where that point is. Good morning, Coach Flying In. How are you? Thank you for joining, and thank you for using the stickers, and thank you for getting your heart me. True, blessed day to you. Send me a message if you need to, okay? Have a great day. Thanks for the good populars, Coach Chantel. All right, True. Take care. All right, y'all. What did I say? So this point here is this point here. Well, it's more a little bit over here. I'm actually going to change that angle a little bit. It's more this, which I'm okay with. Y'all, I'm sitting here with this and something is off. How many minutes? Oh, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to try to process that right now. Busy with family and community work. That sounds like a good reason to be busy. Draw a change. That sounds like a good reason to be busy. Y'all, I think I need to redo some of this measurement right up in here. But my brain is not gonna process that right now. Yeah, I still need to think through what will be done next because today's Wednesday. True was saying that I was being so patient with this. I am doing. I'm doing. I'm good. Draw a change. Great. I wouldn't say great, but I'm good. I'm more than good, but I'm not great. Ooh, Janine, you said this is your song. Kiss. 6. Now, this is such an interesting. I'm trying to shut up, Janine, so you can listen to your song. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm starting some layout for the third one. Width wise, it's going to be the same width. Oops. Fingernails getting in the way there. You get. Janine, I feel it was this week sometime. I think it was an Anita Baker song was playing when you came in, and it was one of your favorites too. I think that was you. I'm pretty sure. Anita Baker was playing. I don't remember which one. See, my memory for some things is, you have a young old soul. My memory for some things is on point. I can't remember what I was thinking 5 minutes ago, but if y'all tell me something. Caroline warns the folks when they come in here. All right, y'all. So I do have to get something sorted out right here. I think I misjudged some measurement business over here, so I need to figure that out. I will figure that out off camera and come back. But tomorrow the goal is I'm going to just go ahead and finish this off the live, and then tomorrow maybe even start this, because I do want to just finish these tomorrow, and then on Friday we start something new. What that is, I don't know yet, but I will figure it out, and we'll start something new on Friday. And when I say something new, I mean outside of the basic shape identification, we'll start something new. I have to figure out what that is. It might be like a rhythm practice of something similar to when I was doing the hatching and cross hatching. But yeah. So anyway, y'all, it's that time. It's that time to say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC, see you soon. Let me stop before I get in trouble with TikTok for singing folks theme songs. All right, y'all, take care. Have a great day, and I will see you again here bright and early tomorrow. Well, 9 a.m. Eastern. Not that early. Take care. My folks here on the YT on YouTube, I will see you all tomorrow morning. I will be here at 9 a.m. Eastern. I go live every day doing beginner drawing practice exercises. So I will see you then. Have a great day, y'all.